Well, hello guys. It's been a while. I thought I'd give you another update on the motorhome. First thing you notice, I took the graphics off here. It used to be striping that goes on the side here. I took all that off. It's eventually going to have some repaint, but we got it off. You can see here I got a little bit of glue to clean up yet, but I took the graphics off it. When I was changing the oil in it, I decided yesterday that, well, I better change the oil in it. I really don't know, how old the oil is in it and that, since I purchased it. So I had to go 2 different places for starters to get oil and a filter for it, because nobody has it. One place had the oil, and another place didn't have the filter. So I'm going, oh, okay. So I went to 2 different auto stores and finally went to O'Reilly Auto Parts and got it. And, it's like, okay. So I get home here and drain the oil out, go to drain the oil out of it, and I grab my tools and crawl underneath there and set my drain pan up, and I go to put a socket on the plug that holds drain plug in, and guess what? It was looser than a goose. I could literally take my fingers and spin it out. Then I also, I said, well, this is a really good deal here. Actually, I was quite thankful I decided to change oil after that. So then I said, this is a really good deal. So I guess I go, well, I got to change oil anyway. So I grab hold of the filter, and it's loose as a goose too. So apparently they're moron who, whatever, initially serviced this engine didn't know enough to use tools and take his time and double check things, because the drain plug was loose, the oil filter was loose. That could have been a $7,000 screw up, because luckily I'm mechanically inclined, so I decided, well, I know engines, and I always like to start out, if I buy something, put new oil in it. So, but then I did get the oil changed finally. Well, in process, we are still currently waiting on my air conditioning piece. It still isn't here. We're waiting on it. Then if you look around, my wife's been busy. We got curtains there. My wife made all these curtains to let you guys know. There's curtains there. Curtains all the way around my wife made. Then we put curtains up here. She made more curtains. There's one up there she's still working on. Then I picked up this really cool ladder. I can tell you right now, I personally am going to use this area here maybe once or twice with friends, because I'm too old to be climbing this ladder. Anyway, this ladder locks in just like so, and it sits right there, so that you can climb up into you can use this ladder here to climb up on the bunks. And we bought this foam to put on top of all the beds. This one here will get made up permanently. We'll put sheets on it and everything. It's all ready for sheets now, as soon as we get the curtain hung. Then the table here, we still got some stuff sitting there. It's getting less and less stuff in here, because we're getting down to the point where we're going to get less and less. But this is the foam for the table area. We just kind of rolled it up and stuck it in the shower, get it out of the way. Then we got foam back here, and you think, oh my goodness, that foam's kind of short. Not really. This bed is actually longer than this is actually full size. So typically they would have a storage area here. Well, that was taken out, so we ended up with an extra cushion. So when we go on a trip with our friends, they'll be able to throw their backpacks or suitcases there, whatever they're going to carry their clothes in. So and we figured we'd put them down here, their heads, because the furnace is underneath there, and who wants to sleep all night with a furnace running at your ear? So, so then we got all this done. Then today I discovered that the main sewer drain pipe on the outside is leaking. Well, I went down to Woodland RV Airstream on Plainfield Avenue by my house, because that's where I've been getting a lot of the stuff for this. And I went down there and ordered a new valve assembly. Basically, when it's going to be here probably next Thursday, I was told. So I'm going to go underneath there with a sawzall, cut the old one out, and then I'll just clean up the pipe and everything. It's like PVC. For those of you who don't know how to work that, knows how to work that stuff. So then you glue the new valve in. I'm going to have to get a piece of pipe I'll pick up at the same time to attach it to the existing gray tank. Then they got a coupler, and basically you put this coupler on and with a Phillips screwdriver with a screw clamps, and you're done. So so that was another $90 to $100 we're spending on the motorhome right now. So we're looking at next month it's going to be moved up to its forever home. We're moving it up to our place up north. Then as soon as the pole barn's done, then it's going to go into a pole barn. Then throughout the summer, I'm going to start working on the body of it, on the cab. Got a few spots, and I'll sand it and tape it off, and I'm going to repaint the whole cab. I've done one once before, so we'll do that. We're going to do this one. I'm not going to change the color. We're just going to repaint it. So we're going to be doing that to it. But other than that, it's been good. Other than if I turn on my propane, I don't know what the deal is. Going back outside. Okay. Maybe if somebody's out there that has one of these can let me know, please do. Okay, I turn on my propane. It's right there. Hear the gas leak out, and all of a sudden you turn it all the way and it stops. So I'm going to assume that could be normal. I'm not sure. But then I go in here, and right here's a switch to turn the furnace on. And the furnace does work in here. But I get a furnace just kicked on. But I do get out here, and I've used soap on it and everything else, and I do not see leaks. Look at that nice suspension underneath. Look how dark everything is and painted. But I do get a leak. But right over, you can see across there, you can see the sewer lines. That piece in the center is getting replaced. So what we're doing, you're going underneath here with me a minute. I don't smell propane. I don't smell because maybe it's just me, but I don't see no. That's what I want to do. I want to turn it on here a minute. But I do not smell propane. No. Look way up in the tree up there. Look at the bags in the tree. I don't know if a squirrel carried them up there or what. You can see them kind of in the top of the tree there. I never noticed that before. But when I open this up, I don't really smell propane. So it might be just me. But I've been getting her waxed up. You can see there's shine to it. And we go back here. The furnace is running right now. And this is my buddy. This is Byron. He hangs out with me. Put our hand over here. Yep, there's heat coming out of there. The furnace is running right now. It's pretty cool. You can sit here and you got a warmer. But I gotta work on this side. But when I do the sewer line, you can see underneath there's seepage. See how wet it's looking right there? See it dripping? So I'm going to replace that piece. When I do that, I'm going to fire the motorhome up and we're going to spin it around so I got more room on the other side to work with. So when that gets here, but I've cleaned up stuff. This awning, I'm going to replace the canvas. We're going to do that when I get it up north. I'm going to open it up at that point, and we're going to measure it and order new canvas for it. You can see how the curtains look from the outside. But yeah, my biggest scare of the day, this here is kind of, I'm going to do, I had some guy tell me how to fix that without replacing that panel. So it's called, you can get epoxy or Bondo or fiberglass putty, and you sand that all off and you just fill all those spots because it's not leaking inside no more. And you'll see these spots, and we just sand them and we fill them in and sand them off smooth, and we just call it and paint it rather than replacing that panel. So yeah, that my biggest scare. My biggest scare was the engine yesterday when I found the drain plug was loose in it. So that would tell me that, you know, I hate to use the term moron, but you know, if you're working on something, be meticulous with it. I'm a retired engine builder. You be meticulous with it, and if you take your time doing stuff like this, you won't have no issues. This is probably a guy who was hurrying up to do something to get it done and not paying attention. And there's my other dog is out here. All right, here's the other one. They're both here now. Those are on my channel. You might know him. That's Nico. Nico, and there's Mr. Byron. They're both out here. But yeah, just be meticulous when you're working on your stuff. You know, if I'm doing an oil change or anything like that, I mean, it's because of my engine building days. I don't like to be bothered. My wife even knows that. So when I was out here changing the oil, you just leave me alone. I can do it. I did an oil change on this in about 15 minutes. I will not take nothing in for oil changes. I had bad experience with that once, and I won't do it again. So, but yeah, just be meticulous when you're doing anything on your engine, especially oil, because this could have been bad. Because, you know, obviously it's a van. In order to pull this engine out, you got to pull the hood, you got to pull the grill off, you pull the bumper off, you got to pull the whole inner shell out, and they lift the engine out, and the engine comes out for the front of the van. You know, so that's not a good. That's like $7,000-8,000 to have that done. So that's a big thing. Just take your time and learn from it. I'm probably going to end this video, but I appreciate each and every one of you that takes time to listen to my my updates. This is the update on my 1983 Monarch motorhome. It's got a Chevy Van 30 chassis, which is a 1-ton and it's got a 454 in it. So this is my update on my, I call it my classic home, motorhome. Right there it is. And we'll catch you on the next one. And I see oil down there. Don't worry about that. That was from yesterday. I spilled. That's all I can say. I spilled. So, you know, we're not infallible. We are all prone to make mistakes, but I spilled a little bit of oil, so I just got to clean that up. But that ran off the engine bay area. So, hey guys, thanks for listening to this update.